Hey, how are you guys? I wanted to make this quick little video with a mashup of a lot of the best little gold nuggets that have been spread out through a bunch of different pieces of content. So putting them all together, hopefully you get something out of this. Guys, if you do get any value from this, please, would really appreciate it if you give me a like, subscribe, and share this with a friend, maybe somebody that could use some of this content and some of these little tips and pieces of advice as well. So hope you enjoy it. Appreciate you guys and enjoy. As far as technology in general and like where technology is going for the insurance space and all that, AI, keep an eye out for AI that might come into your stuff. Artificial intelligence, you might not need customer service reps in the future. You might just have AI built into your website with robots and people to talk to. There's just a lot of different things. So hard to predict, but I believe automation tools, if you're not jumping on board with these kinds of tools like automation or targeted ads or audiences, and using Facebook, using social media, using LinkedIn, getting super active and just being up to date with these, where guys, it's too late. Like, the phone is the reality now. Like, you're watching me right now. There's a reason you're watching me, and it's because this is where our reality, our focus is kind of going. Obviously, this real world is still a thing, and it's obviously never going to go away. But more and more with like VR and all of these big technologies coming, like we're not going back. This is one thing I totally screwed up, and I really wish I knew. I should have collected all the data of people I had, like in Excel, first name, last name, email, phone number, people I networked with, get their business cards, customers, clients, potential prospects, business owners everybody I talked to, I should have put into an Excel file, which I do now because I know that I can do stuff with that data. I can email blast, I can call them, I can look them up real quick. Tons of these people are lost. Business cards are, scattered everywhere. Lost info and emails, like deep into thousands of emails. So there's no way I'm gonna ever find them again. I wish I maybe even just took a little notes on like conversations I had. Super, super important, guys. Collect and track and do all the stuff with your data. Data is the future. So it's like that's what it is. Super important. Dude, it's interesting how that role starts to shift, and you're juggling a lot of balls. There's the
Absolutely.
marketing, and I emphasize this so much especially for people out there who are calling me, emailing me, asking about starting an agency. I'm hesitant at times to say like, hey, let's go for it. Like, just take the leap, because it's not for everybody.
Oh no,
it's not for everybody.
Absolutely.
Once you start getting to that spot where stuff starts to shift, and it's no longer just you're not just selling insurance anymore.
Yeah.
You're doing accounting.
Yep.
You're doing marketing.
Yep.
You're doing networking.
Yep.
You're trying to get the phone to ring for your
Yep.
people. You're managing people now.
Holding them accountable of certain activities, right? Yeah.
Coaching, training. There's a lot more balls that you're juggling. So that's something to be super. I get people that ask me, and they ask, hey, like I do taxes, or I'm a financial advisor. Do you think I should start my agency? And a lot of times I'm like, you seem super sharp. You seem like you could do super well, but I highly, highly recommend every single time I'm like, go work for somebody for a year, 2 years. At least learn the ropes, the ins and outs of how the business operates, or just even like how to make a change or a payment. Like, that stuff is, if you can't do that day one, then you're going to have a really, really hard time teaching somebody else and growing a team and doing the right things that are necessary foundationally to start an agency. Next thing I do think, I don't think, I know 100% you need this in order to sell insurance, is an insurance license. Make sure you're licensed in the state that you're conducting insurance. There's P&C, property and casualty, and then there's life and health license. So you need to have that to conduct and sell insurance legally. Starting from scratch, independent, dude, you're going like bare bones. Like, you have no backing. You need to create your own brand. You need to do your own marketing. You need to get your own office. You need to get your own phone system. You need to hire your own employees. They give you nothing. Like, you're starting from zero. State Farm, Farmers. Yeah, it's just on your own, man. Like, State Farm and Farmers, they give you a good amount of support. They give you marketing dollars. They give you an office space, I think they do, to start off. So, do you recommend going to college for someone who wants to open up their own agency? I love this question, Jason, because I've thought about this for, forever, for like the last like 6 years of my life. I started insurance when I was 18. So I'm coming up on now 7 years in the insurance industry. I'm about to be 25. So while I went to college, every summer I was actually studying, I was interning at a farmer's insurance agency under a farmer's agent here local. It was one of my buddy's dads. He gave me a shot. Shout out to you, Wayne. And he basically gave me a shot. And I the whole time I was thinking like, dude, should I even be here going to college? Should I just be doing this insurance thing? I made a decision really early on. I was like, I'm not going to go wide and try a bunch of different things. I'm going to go deep on insurance and just go deep into this thing because I feel like I'm good at it and I like it. It's pretty fun. Talking to people, I like talking to people. I feel like I'm a personable guy. I feel like I'm good at selling stuff. So I said, I'm going to go deep. If it was totally up to me, college was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I'm sure my college friends agree. But if I had to go back and say, should I have gone all in on insurance? That sacrifice for giving up those fun college years, that was honestly just a vacation for 4 years. I would now, looking back, I personally would. If I wasn't sure about like, do I really want to do insurance or do I not? Then I would go and do college. If you have some possible desire that you maybe want to do something corporate or something that requires a degree like an engineer, doctor, lawyer, that kind of thing, then go to college. Don't like screw that up, for future, opportunities. It's a couple years. But if you're so set on insurance, like this is what I'm going to do, then send it, go deep. And, I believe your rewards will be big because you're not going into debt. Instead, you're already collecting, you're making money, you're, saving up money and you're getting invaluable experience for the whole year instead of just, for me, it was like 3 or 4 months out of the year on vacation. So anyways, great question, Jason. I want to build it. I want to build an organization. Like I want to build a team of, we'll see, man. I put the number 200 in my head. I don't know why, but I just say 200. Like I want to build a team of 200. I think that's a split between, I'm a believer in like splitting up service and sales. So producers, I think they say roughly for every 500,000 in premium on the board, you need one customer service rep. So I would say, and that's just a standard, industry. That's not necessarily for sure for everyone. But I want to, continue to add on producers. And as the machine starts to grow, the revenue starts to build up. Just gives me a little more flexibility to put another person on, payroll, and possibly even do somebody with full commission on a full commission basis. Employee satisfaction versus customer satisfaction. Guys, your employees being happy and being comfortable and in a good environment and being, on a day-to-day being happy, doing what they're doing is so, so important. I can't emphasize that enough because they're part of the business. They're helping this thing grow. So them being compensated properly, them, getting out their frustrations of what is working, what's not working, what they feel comfortable with, and also, being a coach to them and, holding them to standards and to their own goals for themselves personally. And one of the things I do is I have one-on-one meetings each week with my employees, and we sit down and we talk about their personal life. Hey, how's everything going at home? How's the kids? How's the girlfriend? Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. Because I want to know. I genuinely want to know what's going on with their lives. It's important to me. And then on top of that, we talk about the business and what's working for them, what's not working for them, how much money are they really want to make, what motivates them, what gets them going. Because if it's not a good fit and they're looking for another job, I'll happily be like, hey, let's I'm willing to help you. I'm genuinely willing to help you. Go and look for somewhere that's a better fit for you. I want you to be happy. These are real people. They're not just numbers and employees. Like they're people. And a lot of times I think this happens in other agencies, which is, I think, to their downfall. There's a big separation between I'm the boss and then these are my employees. Guys, you got to be willing to get down in the trenches, roll up your sleeves, Get on the phone with your people. You know, go if you're going to ask somebody to make 50 calls a day and make 4 to 5 quotes, you better be willing to go in there and do the same thing. I tell my guys and my team to come in here. Sometimes I'm like, just listen to me. I'm going to start making some calls. Let's make some calls. You make one, I'll make one, because it shows, I'm willing to put in the work just like you are. This isn't just all about, you bring in more money and the separation between the boss and the employee. Guys, this is an organization. We're trying to build something great here. We're not just trying to take part in this game of insurance. We're trying to win. We're trying to win this thing. So